Many WNBA fans are calling out the referee.
This may be the most outrageous refereeing fiasco the WNBA has ever witnessed in a single minute. We're talking about flagrant non-calls, referees turning their backs on players during timeouts, and a wave of fan outrage accusing the league of pushing an anti-Clark agenda. The disrespect was so loud that even the head coach of the Indiana Fever had to publicly call it egregious. 1 minute, Caitlin Clark was lighting up the league, breaking records, shattering ratings, and packing arenas coast to coast. The next minute, she was limping off the court with an injury that could have been prevented if the officials had simply done their jobs.
I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. A minus 31 free throw discrepancy.
Even though she has been sidelined, Clark, who has been literally playing hurt, finally lost it and confronted the referees with paper in hand. This isn't just a bad call here or there. It's systemic, calculated, and the consequences extend far beyond a single game. What actually transpired behind the scenes? Why was one referee subtly removed from games? Is the WNBA truly protecting its biggest star, or are they allowing her to be targeted while profiting from her success? Before we dive into this conflagration of missed calls, hidden injuries, and referee backlash, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I promise you won't want to miss what we're about to uncover, so fasten your seatbelt because the footage, the numbers, and the fan reactions paint a picture that's too clear to ignore.
Referees just exposed their hand so bad, bro. I mean, they just didn't care no more. They didn't care. The world was watching how bad the cause was. They didn't care at all. They was going to get their issue off against the Fever no matter what. And I'm here to tell you, that's exactly what went down, bro. They have an agenda against Caitlin.
In a widely shared video, 3 referees passed Caitlin Clark without making eye contact or acknowledging her as she and her teammates attempt to communicate during a timeout. One of them even physically turns his back on her in a moment that will go down in WNBA history. This wasn't an isolated incident, rather it was a pattern, and now one of those referees is reportedly suspended. But the damage is already done for Caitlin Clark. Imagine this, it's the final possession against the New York Liberty. The game is at stake, and the entire world is watching Caitlin Clark drive to the rim and make contact. When Natasha Cloud makes contact, it is evident and unquestionable, but the whistle is mute. Clark looks at the referee with disbelieving eyes and begins yelling for her teammates to join her, but the referees stand still as if they were statues. My 4-year-old son understood that it was a foul, and that one play not only changed the game but also sparked an uprising. One author dubbed it selective officiating. A fan's viral comment encapsulated the spirit of the country.
After every single game, WNBA players, fans, coaches are all complaining about the referees, and they have shown that they're not going to change anything because the referees continue to be horrible.
Another blatant agenda, and here's what makes it worse. Possession could have changed the entire course of the WNBA season instead of just the outcome. As you can see from the video, Caitlin Clark had been playing through a serious injury to her leg, specifically her quad. She was seen wearing a heating pad around her thigh during games, grimacing, adjusting, pushing through, and now it's official. She had a quad strain. This is a player who hadn't missed a game since 2017, going from high school to college to the WNBA for 8 consecutive years, never sitting and never quitting. But now she's sidelined, not because of a freak injury, but because the referees repeatedly refused to call what was right in front of them. This injury is league-sanctioned negligence. Not bad luck, but Clark didn't leave quietly at halftime. Even though she isn't dressed to play on Wednesday, her inner fire remains unquenchable. She is seen on camera rushing towards the referees, while holding a piece of paper and pointing to the ground to make a remark. This is the same Caitlin Clark who was on the verge of a 1-game suspension earlier in the season because of technical fouls, has never been afraid to call things out. Now that she is calling them out, she is not only concerned with her own injury, she is also fighting for her team's fairness, the integrity of the game, and the officials. Following the game, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White makes a shocking statement. I think it's pretty egregious. What's been occurring to us over the past few games is that she's talking about a minus 31 free throw difference 31 and isn't being evasive about it. Her words are fueling the flames as her team attacks the rim, making contact and receiving nothing. The contempt for our team has been really incredible. The creators rally as fans erupt, millions are at stake as the public suddenly realizes what has been going on and stops remaining silent. Let's discuss numbers. Let's discuss money before she gets hurt. Caitlin Clark was the MVP favorite according to the odds. Following her injury, FanDuel had her at even money. However, DraftKings had her at plus 150. This isn't simply sports betting. It's market correction based on value lost, and that value isn't theoretical. The minute Clark was drafted, Indy reported a 501% increase in traffic to Fever-related content. Hotel reservations in Indianapolis tripled during home games, while the cost of tickets on the road increased by an average of $312 per seat, sometimes by 140%. While let's not forget, due to one player, Clark, ESPN broadcasted a preseason WNBA game that attracted 1.3 million viewers, numbers that only LeBron James has matched in regular NBA broadcasts, and she is now temporarily gone. Yes, but the warning is permanent and the story is changing. This is about something more complex and well thought out than terrible luck or difficult basketball. Creators are making connections. Another fan went farther, saying that this cannot exist without approval from the higher-ups. One commentator wasn't holding back, only obeying the commissioner's directions. It's targeted non-calls, not just missed calls. It's sending a message, and the message is clear. You're not protected here. You believe the league was unaware that Clark was their golden goose, but they were, and they allowed this to happen even though her presence generated millions of dollars in revenue from merchandise and viewership. The response is so overwhelming that fans, creators, and analysts are no longer waiting. Every Indiana Fever content creator should unite like the damn Avengers. One voice is insufficient. We need all of them. They're not just venting, they're breaking down every play frame by frame, comparing calls, and demanding accountability. One viral call to action said it best. The WNBA is being thrust into the spotlight, something it didn't ask for but definitely earned. And there are calls for NBA referees to take over high-stakes WNBA games instead of YMCO Junior League high school referees. As one creator put it, this isn't just about sports anymore. It's about fairness, integrity, and reputation. Now, the twist reports are starting to surface. One referee from the Clark viral clip is no longer officiating games quietly pulled. Silently removed, no statement from the league, no acknowledgement, but the timing too perfect to ignore. That's not a coincidence, that's a cover-up, and it raises the most damning question of all. What else are they hiding? Now the biggest question hangs in the air like tension before a buzzer beater. When Caitlin Clark returns, what will the league have done? Will they have protected their investment? Will the refs be held accountable? Will the officiating finally be fair? Alright, so here's where things get real. Everyone's been talking about Caitlin Clark's injury, the missed calls, the ref suspension. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about Clark getting hacked on a drive or ignored during a timeout. This is about a league that finally has the spotlight, and it might be fumbling the moment Clark isn't just another rookie. She's a phenomenon. Her preseason game pulled in 3 million viewers. Her presence boosts ticket prices by 140%. Cities build practice facilities because she exists. That's not hype, that's economic gravity. But the WNBA has to ask itself, how do you protect a player who is your league without looking like you're playing favorites? And here's the twist nobody's talking about. This whole situation is also a test for the entire player community. Some players are riding the Clark wave quietly, others have thrown shade intentionally or not. But here's the truth. If the league lets Clark get beat up, sidelined, and targeted while making millions off her name, what do you think that says about how it'll protect any of you when the cameras move on? The WNBA is on the edge of something huge. More eyes, more money, more opportunity, but it all crumbles if the league can't prove it values talent, safety, and fairness over egos and politics. If Clark returns and nothing changes, if the physical abuse, the lopsided whistles, and the turn your back treatment continues, then fans, creators, and sponsors will walk, not because they hate the game, but because they can't trust the system behind it. What do you guys think about this one? Did the referees go too far in their treatment of Caitlin Clark? Was that last possession against the Liberty a straight-up robbery? What about that viral video of the referees ignoring her deliberate shade or just bad timing? The WNBA needs to protect not just Caitlin Clark, but the league's future as well. Additionally, do you think the WNBA is doing enough to protect its biggest star, or are they just riding the wave of Caitlin Clark while it lasts? Let's also talk about the referee's suspension. Do you think it actually happened, or is the league just trying to keep it quiet? Additionally, when Clark returns, should she speak up again, or should her game speak for her? Where does this leave the other players? Are they supporting her or remaining silent? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. I'm reading everything, so trust me when I say that your voice matters. Oh, and if you enjoy this type of stuff, please hit the likes button and subscribe for more in-depth analyses. The drama in this league is just becoming more intense, and you already know that we're breaking it all down right here. I'll see you all at the next one.